This is Google Glass, the first piece of wearable tech ever released from Google and one of the first wearable tech devices to ever be announced. Hey guys, Beau HD here, and this is my review of the Explorer edition of Google Glass, which is essentially just the beta version of Glass that is only available to select people so they can test Glass out before it's released to the public. Now, I was one of the lucky few who was able to get my hands on one, and while the hardware and software specs are likely to change before it's publicly released in 2014, this is going to be the best look at Google Glass before its public debut. So let's take a closer look and see what it's all about. So taking a look at Glass, chances are you've probably never seen anything like it. On the outside it resembles a pair of glasses, hence the name Glass, except there are no lenses except for the little glass prism located on the right hand side, which is really the closest thing to a lens. And yeah, before I get too carried away, Glass does ship with shades that can be attached, and Google is aggressively looking at ways to attach prescription lenses onto Glass, so while the bare bones version has no lenses, you can most definitely add some if you'd like. But what essentially makes up Glass lies almost entirely on the right hand side of the device, as you'll find the glass prism and 5 megapixel camera up in front, the touchpad and bone conduction speaker on the side, and then the battery pack towards the back. Now, I still don't know how Google managed to cram so much tech into such a small package, but they did, and it is really one of the main reasons that this device is so impressive. But if we put Glass on and power it on by either looking up or touching the trackpad, there are essentially 7 bare-bone things you can do with Glass. You can Google, take a picture, record a video, get directions, message people, call people, and make a video call. So starting with Google, basically this just allows you to search Google using your voice. All you have to do is tap the touchpad and say, "Okay Glass, Google, how tall is the Empire State Building?" And Glass will tell you it's 1,250 feet tall. So as you can see, it is very fluid and very fast and just works very well. And I found that overall it does a very good job at detecting what I'm saying, and for a product that relies entirely on voice commands, that is very important. If you want to take a picture, you can just tap to take a picture. You can verbally say, "Okay Glass, take a picture." Or you can press the dedicated camera shutter button on the top of Glass to take a picture. So you'll have a ton of options and they all do a good job at taking a picture. So if I just press the top of Glass like so, bam, I just took a picture of you guys. The picture quality right now is solid since this is a 5 megapixel camera, but it's definitely not the best. It's a little grainy and not very vibrant, but we can definitely expect the camera quality to drastically improve when Glass goes public, and I wouldn't be surprised if the public version has something like an 8 megapixel sensor at launch. But really the same can be said about recording a video. You can either tell Glass to record a video, or you can just hold down the dedicated camera button and Glass will begin recording a video. But what's really cool about the video on Glass is that it is essentially like a mini GoPro camera on your head since it records whatever you are viewing. This means that if you are like biking or driving, you get a first-person view, which is pretty cool, and Glass will record at 720p, so the quality is pretty good, but you know, like I said earlier, it can always be better, and it probably will get significantly better. Now, one of my absolute favorite tasks Google Glass does for me has to do with navigation. So Glass obviously relies on Google Maps, but since this is a wearable tech device that fits on your head, the navigation arrow will be pointed in the direction you are looking. So say you're going to your local coffee shop, you can select your transportation method and you can show the full route or hide the route overview just by using your voice, which is great, especially if you're driving and need your hands on the wheel. But I found the navigation works very well and offers the best navigation experience to date. So along with Google Glass, you're going to need a Gmail account to sign in and really register with Glass. And with this early edition of Google Glass, the people you're interacting with will also need to be on your Gmail contacts list. For example, if I were to send a message or make a video call with someone, I would need to have them added to my contacts list on Gmail, which makes things a little bit more confusing and annoying since it doesn't really automatically sync with my contacts that are already on my phone. Thankfully, Google makes it easy to edit your contacts and manage your Glass by going to google.com/myglass. So it's not all bad, but I would like to see an update that allows Glass to recognize all your local contacts stored on your phone, since you pretty much need your phone to take advantage of all the features Glass offers. But if I were to send a message to someone or make a video call, all I would have to do is say, "Okay Glass, send a message to Melissa Tellez. Thanks for letting me use your Glass." And there you go, Google will send the message. But if we take a step back and really look at Glass for what it is, it's truly a revolutionary device that is paving the way for how humans communicate and process information. I mean, something as simple as a pair of glasses has the potential to change the world, which is why Google really wants to do it right by allowing explorers like myself to test it out and work at all the bugs. But what's great about the Explorer Edition is that everything that really needs work is with the software and not so much the hardware or design. I mean, yes, when I first put on Glass, it felt strange and it didn't exactly fit my face right, but Google of course realized everyone's face is different, which is why Glass is so customizable. For example, the nose pads are made of a flexible but durable metal that can be bent to shape your face so that it sits comfortably on your nose. And the glass prism itself can be moved closer to or further away from your face to get the best optimal positioning. In fact, even things like the brightness of the screen can be adjusted so it doesn't blind you when you're in a dark room. But literally everything you might want to adjust, Google has probably thought of and has a solution to, or will have a solution for when it's released, which is really what makes Glass such a special device. Now, Glass has a ton of potential, with the majority of it surrounded around the apps made for Glass. Right now, there are social network apps like Facebook and Google+, there's translation apps, and there's already a ton of games available for Glass, which is crazy to think about, especially considering Glass isn't even public yet. But the possibilities for app developers is pretty much endless. I mean, if you think about a large portion of the population running around with these high-tech pieces of equipment on their heads, there's really a ton of possibilities with Glass, both creepy and useful, such as being able to take a picture by winking my eye. But overall, I really like the Explorer edition of Glass, and I think it's just about ready to go live. If Google can update the camera sensor and the battery and create a more competitive price point at around $300, I think that Glass is the wearable tech product really worth waiting for, and I think it will be a huge success that will really change the way humans interact with each other for years to come. But with Glass being such a new device, I want to offer my help to any of you guys who may have questions or concerns. So if you have a question, be sure to let me know down below in a comment, and I'll do my best to reply back to you. And if you made it this far into the video, it would mean a lot to me if you guys would hit the subscribe button and maybe give it a thumbs up if you liked it. But with that all said and done, that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. If you want to take a look at my unboxing of Google Glass, you can do so right down below, or you can take a look at my review of the Nexus 5 if that's something you'd be interested in. But as always guys, I'm Beau HD from How To and More. Thanks for watching.